are looking at a 2004 Kawasaki ZX-6R, also known as ZX-6. I don't think it's called the ZX-6RR. That's a different model. But yeah, it's all blacked out. It's got some interesting paint here. This paint is black during the day, but when you take a picture of it at night, it turns white. Well, just at least some parts of it, not the whole thing. You can tell it's been repainted. It's not the greatest job. It's like a flat black type of paint, but it seems to be running pretty well. It's got about 19,000 miles on it. So 18,000, 19,000, yeah. The rubber has some life to it. There's some tread left. You know, this thing, there's some screws missing. So this bike had once been stolen, and it's insurance recovery, so it's a salvage title. It's got a full exhaust, a Two Brothers Racing full exhaust system. That's probably the only thing that's not black on the bike. There's some tread in the rear. Actually, this is quite a bit of meat left on the rear. Safety and registration is up to date. Rides well, pretty smooth. Got some scratches on here. That's about, yeah. The only thing is the panels. They're missing some screws. I mean, it's got some zip ties. I initially bought this motorcycle to do some stunting with because I didn't want to stunt my other bike, but I decided, you know what, I really am too chicken to stunt and crash and burn and get hurt, and right now I don't really have health insurance, so I figured I'll save stunting for another day, probably on a dirt bike. Plus I don't need to get another ticket. Yeah, so that's it. That's the walk around on this bike. That's the low beam, and that's the high beam, so I can shut that off. So yeah, that's just the low beam right there. That's it.